Ew.
Woo!
Oh, man.
Hockey is back.
Mm.
NBA is back.
Mm.
Now that the owners of NFL teams are allowed to meet in person, the shit show is back. So, it's Wednesday. We do have the World Series. We'll talk on that. But not totally starved here as sports fans. So thank you guys for joining us. Tyler, how are you doing on this Wednesday evening? As I got to put my whole life back together because I had to take my glasses off to put on the dome here, the bucket.
I was going to say your audio sounds just slightly off, but I assume that was just due to all the crap you're putting on. But no, I'm not doing too bad. Just enjoying a nice hockey game. I just see the Edmonton Oilers just scored to tie the game up against Philly. No, not doing too bad though. World Series going on. That's exciting. Big soccer day, particularly for our Hammers, our beloved Hammers.
Best team in
it off. That's right. You look at them. You fear them.
But we're keeping the quadruple?
Quadruple still alive.
Yeah, quadruple still coming.
Quadruple still alive. But all in all, man, not bad. Ron, how are you doing?
Doing well. Very pleased last night with the outcome. Of course, to see the Astros lose Game 1. I know.
And you're going to hate tonight.
Well, look, the Astros had no choice, dude. I mean, I still think it's going to be a long series. But
sure.
Two good teams. And
yeah.
I think what was Sunday, Deadspin posted something, which look, don't get me wrong. Back in the day, I used to love Deadspin, but a lot has gone on there in the last 3 years to where it's basically become I hesitate to use the frequently used term scab spin, but kind of that because
kind of is,
all the writers with any integrity left after the second buyout, and then whoever bought it was like, oh, we're gonna rebuild it and try to make it like the old Deadspin. Although, for one, no comments. Okay, that's a dead giveaway. And nothing interesting at all. And so I get it, look, to an extent. If you're a sports blogger, oh, dude, I mean, Deadspin wants to hire me. I'm sure they don't pay that much. Just saying. I know people get paid to an extent, and people don't get paid a lot for writing, especially in the shell that was Deadspin. But they had an article that was like, we're not even seeing the best teams in baseball in the World Series. Like, this is a joke. And I was like, dang, dude, you guys, you've fallen a long way. I guess, do you not know how the playoffs work?
I was gonna say, when was the last time we actually probably had the two best teams?
Yeah, that was unfortunate. And then also another unfortunate article yesterday about Kyrie and other vaccine-related things. That was just dumb. And the fact that I got Deadspin was trending on Twitter yesterday. That's the only reason they even reminded me they still exist. Because and the sad thing is too, the more outrage to get them trending, typing the word on Twitter, whatever, it's probably good
clicks.
for them. In their office, they're like, "Yes, dude, we're back." And I'm just like,
they're getting clicks.
I mean, it was once a great website. Don't get me wrong, but it is nothing like what it once was.
And in name only.
Like I said, just anything to get them trending is only fulfilling to them. If you, we're gonna cancel Deadspin or whatever, it's already been canceled. Cancel itself because it was interesting or that it chose to not be. So just not even. I was gonna actually send a tweet and I was like, dude, I can't even write the word Deadspin because it's just gonna be another one in the aggregate. Who cares?
True.
But no, all in all, good. I'm sure. Well, you know what? Let me get a live update here just so I know what's going on. I thought it was 6-2 last time.
7-2.
7-2 now.
Altuve hit a solo home run.
Not really at all surprised by that. Like I said, I think it's going to be a long series. And we can just start there, actually, because last night, there's Thursday Night Football. We'll get to that in a second. Last night, the Braves did bust out in a big way, especially early, kind of took the crowd out of it. Soler with the home run to lead off the World Series, which shout out to the Astros fan. Threw it back on the field. Again, I mean, I'm not going to say that ball is worth as much as the Brady 600 touchdown ball, but maybe just hang on to the one. Like, look, dude, you're still an Astros fan, right? Like, you know the team is good. Yes? Like, you don't have to be totally outraged. Like, keep the ball. Like, a leadoff home run in the World Series, probably going to be valuable. So, maybe think it through next time.
Man, even if it was just like a regular season, like Pirates-Orioles game, and somebody hit a home run and I caught it, home crowd can fuck off. I ain't ever throwing that shit back. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yes. Especially, too, you should be emboldened by the fact that, the, I don't know, $1,300 you had to pay for that seat. Like, all right, all you guys can suck it. Like, I'm still rooting for the Astros, but I want the ball.
Yeah,
like,
I'm fucking keeping this, bro.
You don't have to make some kind of dumb statement that no one cares about. Least of all Astro fans. But I saw the guy, what was it, like, no, not sorry with the 17 jersey. Somebody tweeted that out. It's like, all right, cool. I mean, wow. Anyway, whatever, Astro fan. Braves jumped on him. Unfortunately, and, in the playoffs, this certainly could end up being a thing. It was kind of amazing at the time, but Charlie Morton did have his leg actually broken by a comebacker.
Just a psychopath, man.
Continue to pitch, and then pitch to another guy in the next inning before he was taken out of the game, before he, just admitted that he cannot go on. Playoff Charlie Morton. Astro fans, you should be familiar with this guy. But, that was a pretty cool thing as far as the World Series goes. And just in the lore, way of things. And another thing that just made me mad at the headline, the Deadspin article. I was like, dude, the playoffs is a different thing. Like, how do you write for Deadspin and not know how the playoffs work? Like, you remember the Mariners? They won all those games and the Yankees took them out. Like, yeah, dude, it happens a lot. Like, how do the Giants win all these World Series? Wild card, straight to the World Series. Like, dude, just, like, you're showing your whole ass by writing that article. Like, there's still time to delete it, but no.
Like the Dodgers last year were actually kind of the anomaly of the team that had the best record won the World Series. Like, that never happens.
Yeah, that's extremely rare. Like, honestly, case in point, look at the Braves. They kicked ass for like a decade and a half and won one World Series. So just a hard times for Deadspin. This is what it's come to.
Let's leave Deadspin be. Leave that husk of a website. Leave it be. But
you're right.
Charlie Morton just taking the comebacker. I believe it was a fractured fibula, I think is what they said. And then still goes out there and pitches an inning and a third with a broken leg, striking out several batters. Like, thinking about trying to pitch requires you to use both legs pretty, like, significantly. And he had a broken one and still was putting fools down. That's just fuck the bloody sock. Like, that's a whole nother level of tough.
That is, yeah. I mean, look, dude, even if you say it wasn't broken, if you're going out there in a World Series, it's kind of like...
Okay, it was only fractured. Okay. Yeah, sorry.
But still, I mean, it's like hey, we got... Essentially, we might only have 4 games left. Like, that's just like all balls at that point. Like, maybe it'll heal over time. I hope it does. But I'd rather have that World Series ring to show for it. So that is what the baseball playoffs are kind of all about. I'm not rooting for anyone to get their leg broken or fractured or whatever. But that's kind of what it takes, So that was gutsy. I fully expected, maybe not to this extent, the Astros to clap back in this game, but I think this will be a long and pretty entertaining series. I know it's not the one that the MLB wanted for TV purposes. Hey, but fuck them. They're about to have a lockout anyway. They're just going to poop on all the fans anyway. So
True.
As far as I'm concerned, really, I mean, yes, I would, wanted the Dodgers to win. I always want the Dodgers to win, but it's kind of just a great situation to be a Manfred hater right now because the Braves are going to win. Small market. Like, all right, well, our ratings are way down. I don't know. They won the World Series and nobody watched it. Or the team that casual fans, even that don't really care about baseball, all associate with cheating forever because of you, Manfred, are going to win. And then you're going to have a lockout. So, good times. I mean, hey, just, again, you guys are just killing it right now. Manfred and all the boys over there really just growing the whole brand and the sport. I mean, this is what we need right now for baseball. Absolutely.
Look, if there was one positive that came out of the whole Charlie Morton situation last night, it's that I saw the resurgence on social media of the old Greg Jennings clip from that Madden game where he catches the ball with a broken leg and then runs it for like 80 yards. That's one of my favorite internet clips of all time. Absolutely hilarious. That one definitely made its rounds last night for Charlie Morton. But yeah, I gotta imagine Manfred isn't loving. I mean, although I guess maybe in some ways he is loving the Houston Cynics, that he can go back and say like, well, look, they would have won in 17 anyways. Look how good they are. So maybe he is pulling for that. I don't know, but yeah, it's
actually
gotta imagine
that is a great point because from what I know, I mean, I don't know the man personally. We jailed down the cut together, but I ain't friends with the man. But the way that I feel like he thinks, I don't even know if he likes baseball. That's kind of the vibe.
He doesn't. I think that's very clear that he doesn't.
Like Goodell's an idiot, but I think he does actually at least like football. And he's just like, here, dude, my job is to make the owners happy, most of them, if I can, and just stand up there and like give non-answers to questions that I cannot answer. But Manfred just is like, you don't like baseball. Nobody likes you. I don't even know why you're here at this point. I guess he's like the labor strife, like fixer guy, apparently in the past. Although it seems like we're headed towards another one. So
yeah, they're going to be put to the test this offseason on that one.
So just kind of my limited understanding of how this guy maybe thinks. Yes, like as you said, Tyler, maybe he does think that it's like, see, look, I mean, yes, they cheated. We all didn't like it, okay, but they would have won anyway. So if that's the view he's taking, I would not be surprised by that. But good luck. Maybe we'll fire up baseball again sometime next July after this is over. It's going to be great. The only thing that gives America hope right now, all the neutral fans, because it's pretty much one city versus the rest of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Texas is back in the boys. Good luck, Astros. The Astros are back. Texas is back, and hopefully the Astros are back as Texas.
Do you want the University of Texas football team backing you on this one? Do you want them to be like, hey,
no,
you remind us of us? Like, is that really what you want right now?
No, absolutely not. I'm sure people even internally within the Astros are like, dude, can you please delete that? Like, everyone already hates us. Please don't put that up. Can you take it down? Please. God.
Yeah.
So keep the faith, America. Let's go Braves.
Yeah, let's go. Chop on.
Terry Pendleton is spinning in his grave waiting for another chance. Wait, being told he's still alive.
He's still alive?
Okay. Efforting on that, but yes, we'll see. In the last bit of baseball news as it pertains to the local market, which we always cater to, in my case, the local market. Ozzie Guillen apparently is a candidate and potentially, but we're not sure yet, has been interviewed as the next manager of the Padres, which I'm conflicted because as a Padre hater, I think it would be great, but also as a neutral, just kind of like, well, it's kind of more entertaining to be around here if the Padres are good. Also think it would help the team. So all of that points to they will definitely not hire this fool because he is way too much of a loose cannon. AJ is not going to hire this guy. But it would be great because he will definitely just get right up in Machado, Tatis, Hosmer, anyone's ass. If they just do something dumb, he'll be the first one to just put them on blast. And I don't think the Padres want that around at all. They're too boring for that.
No, it would be extreme. I mean, really, if he managed any team, it would be extremely entertaining. He's just kind of one of those guys that it's like you're just always looking at the news for him to like, all right, what's going to be his quote? Like, he's going to give you something every time. So I wouldn't even mind it if he went to the Padres because I agree he would make them better. He is a good baseball manager. That is a fact. Kind of all the signs I've been seeing is they're going to be hiring most likely the Indians pitching coach, whose name escapes me right now. So good job there, hiring another guy with no real managerial experience.
Well, that's what AJ wants. So he can just pick up the phone and, hey, let's take this guy out. Come on.
That is true because Lord knows if the front office tried to tell Ozzie Guillen to do something,
no,
some furniture is about to get moved.
The phone gets ripped out. We've lost communication with the dugout. I don't know, sir. I don't know. Can we restore communication? No. He's throwing a double bird right now to the owner's box. Oh, he's going rogue. He's going rogue. We can't stop him.
That would be amazing. You just see him storm out of the dugout, in Orsillo saying, like, is he going to, why is he going to challenge the umpire? Then he just turns and looks up at the owner's box. Double bird.
Double bird. Milton Bradley style to the PA guy that didn't play the right song because it was too vulgar. All the classics, all the hits.
If only. But, I don't think that's going to happen. He's just too, to use a phrase that you like to use, he's too real for the Padres, I think.
Well, the funny thing is, too, because a lot of the sad Padre fans, which have been great, thank you guys, we're clamoring for, we need a guy that's going to come in here and, light a fire. We need, a name. We need, a presence. But
Bochy's the name I keep seeing.
Well, I don't think Bochy wants to deal with those problems either because he knows how Probably that management is right now. But Ozzie Guillen would be the so extreme version of that you guys would be complaining about him in 3 months. Why is he so mean to Tatis? Because he dogged it on that one play. Of course, what he's going to do.
Because he had 8 errors this week.
This is what you wanted, right? Yeah. So, hey, pick your poison. But, and yes, to Nick's point, also, I'm going to send you the link here, Jaime, in the comments. To Nick's point, that would be great. I'm sure it would only be on Ben and Woods because all the other shows cannot get the time of day with the manager for some reason, even though it is the flagship of the Padres radio network, which is 2 stations. I'm just saying, Dodgers radio network is 45 stations, but anyway, I'm not here to judge. And shout out to K-Frog up there in San Bernardino. Doing the Lord's work. I know I had to have a lot of communication with the K-Frog people back in the day when people could still actually have a job working in the radio business. But now it's all automated. They just have their network is 2 stations. So when you hear that Padres radio network, even on XM, just know it's 2 stations.
Look, it's more than one. Therefore, it qualifies as a network.
It's a network. It is a network. Secret society. All we ask is trust. But yes, this would be great. Dude, bring on Ozzie. There was obviously, just go YouTube it, Google it, whatever. He's a fascinating man. He called Miguel Cabrera a Venezuelan piece of shit, and Ozzie Guillen is also Venezuelan, and the list just goes on. But this just as far as it pertains to, especially in the case of the fan and Bennett Woods, aka basically running the fan. This is his thoughts on Twitter.
So you think I need a Twitter to let the fans know how horse my team is? No, they know they know it every day.
Sign him up. Sign him up
Sign
right
him
now.
up.
If you want to have an interesting team, all right, you got Tatis, interesting.
Yes.
Machado, yes, still a good player. Some good young
Yes.
players. Cronenworth, very good player. But bring Ozzie Guillen in. Let's just see what happens. Hey, it's like the car crash. Like,
Just can't look away.
Oh God.
You know it's gonna get ugly at times, but that's also kind of what draws you in.
If you look, don't just talk about it, Padre fans. Be about it. You guys better show up at Petco tomorrow and demand that they hire Ozzie.
That's like the complete opposite ends of the spectrums, going from Tingler to Ozzie. That's almost too insane of a change.
Well, it kind of is total opposite end of the spectrum because Tingler, very good baseball guy, been around forever, done a lot of different jobs, capacities. First time managing in the big leagues, but pretty much done every job you could do in the Rangers organization, which, AJ came from. I think he's definitely the extreme opposite of the spectrum of Andy Green, though, who would never say anything interesting at all. So, hey, go all the way. Go all the way and get Ozzie Guillen. Even at the, if they end up, it works out and they're proved to be a legitimate foil to the Dodgers or Giants or whoever is good at that time,
it'll be entertaining.
Yeah. Like baseball is better when he's around, kind of thing.
Yes, that is true. Factually correct.
So I'm sure the Padres won't do it on that note because it's just going to be too interesting to do that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll say Ken first. The coach. I don't think they would ever butt heads because I think Coach would love a guy like Ozzie Guillen. Coach would be a guy like Ozzie Guillen. That he would just want to yell at someone if they sucked. And I don't think the Padres want that around their team because they're too boring. All right, on to the next topic here, which is actually let's talk about the best team in soccer right now, which is West Ham. Clearly, taking out the, I believe, 4-time defending champions of the Carabao Cup midweek clash that went to penalties. Shout out to the boys. Good job. Love it. Love to see it. There will be a new king of the League Cup.
That's right. Yes,
Might not be us, but it's someone else.
Somebody will. But you know what? If it's not West Ham, you're welcome, the rest of the League Cup. Welcome the rest of the 7 teams still in it.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. This is a tournament that City's dominated. Like you said, they've won. I think they've won the last 4. They've won 5 out of the last 6, and something like 6 out of the last 8. Something ridiculous like that. So West Ham played it to a 0-0 draw, which I was mostly impressed with because they only had like 1 or 2 of their normal starters in the game to start with. They pretty much rolled with the backup the whole time. City kind of went with like a 50-50 split of their normal team and their backups. Late in the game when the subs came in, kind of more of the everyday players came in late. West Ham held strong.
When you're looking to like, all right, this might go to penalties. Let's get all our good guys in there.
Right, yeah. West Ham brought on, Ben Rama, a couple other guys that took PKs. I can't remember who else were the subs, but they go to PKs. West Ham buries all 5 of theirs. Everybody nice, calm, cool, collected. Craig Dawson getting in there on the PKs.
Craig Dawson
was amazing. Absolutely just fantastic. And City's out now, so West Ham moves on. They will have the draw for the quarterfinal matchups on Saturday morning. And just knowing how West Ham has been, they've They got Man U the last round. They got Man City this round, so they will probably get Liverpool or Chelsea just because that seems to be their luck on these draws. But at this point in time, man, bring it on. Who cares? Bring it on. West Ham don't fear anybody.
No fear. We are the midweek low-tier tournament kings right now.
That's right. That's right.
So if you want a dogfight, don't run up against Moyes and the boys in a midweek game because you will get those hands or feet, I guess.
I don't know, I think it's funny because like in years past, West Ham has been so poor that I've always been like, go all out for like this in the FA Cup. And now this year, since they have Europa and like a shot at being top four in the league, I'm like, maybe you should like dial it back for these. But then West Ham goes out and wins anyway. So it's like, well, all right, cool, fuck it, whatever.
Well, the quadruple is still intact.
Still there, yeah.
And I mean, no guarantees. Obviously, entertainment purposes only. Please believe that. Always believe that. But
I guess you could actually call it a quintuple because they did win the Betway Cup in the preseason.
There you go. 5 trophies. Come over here. If you want trophies, come to West Ham. Come to Death Row. I do see on the celebrity hotline tonight, sponsored by Arkansas Slim's Legitimate Sportsbook, the only bookie that did not lose money any of the last 3 weeks on NFL bets.
True.
Please check them out. It doesn't really have a website. You have to call him, but hit us in the comments. We can send you the
Page
number.
him.
You got to hit him on his pager. That's the only way he communicates due to, probably a rightfully deserved amount of paranoia based on the operation that he runs. But do check out Arkansas Slim's Legitimate Sportsbook. But on the Celebrity Hotline, we bring into the program Jaime the Greek.
Woo!
Jaime, how the hell are we doing on the drum kit tonight? Tonight.
I'm doing good. Today was my day off, and I'm enjoying the heck out of this. And it's gonna be a back and forth series. Astros and Braves.
I think it will. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like the whole ridiculous premise of the Deadspin article was like, well, everyone that's there now, which is only 2 teams, they beat everyone that they played. So this is dumb, like to say it's not the best teams playing right now. I kind of, they're like, oh, well, I mean, the Giants and the Dodgers, they won all these games. But like, all right, but the playoffs have always been, it comes down to 4 games, or then it comes down to 3 games, or sometimes 1 game in the case of the Giants and Dodgers, whatever. So that's kind of not how the playoffs work, and Deadspin is just continuing to nosedive into Bolivia, as the great Iron Mike Tyson once said. But hey, shout out to Barcelona over there.
Jaime, are you going to be the new manager?
I hope so.
Someone has to.
Dude, okay. I partied so hard I missed the game. I knew they were gonna lose, which is so sad. But the last customer I delivered to on Sunday, he's a Real Madrid supporter, and he tipped me. He tipped me good money. I mean, he was a gentleman, and he said the nicest thing of life. Boy, your team sucks.
Did you take the package and just smash it right there? Like, all right, delivered.
And I even made a joke saying, okay, if Bayern Munich were to like flat on their face, they'll get back. I mean, they have some are behind the scenes, whether it's the players, personnel, president, whatever. They're all back. Take time, but they're still gonna be like up there in Europe of all the tier clubs. So I mean, And
of course, yeah. There's teams that can always reload no matter what.
Madrid has money in like an endless ATM. They could just bounce back even if they suck once in a while. I mean, a Badger could win 1 title in like a 3-year span, win important games, blah blah blah. But then somewhere between Champions League and just losing to Athletic, it always is Atletico Madrid. Once you lose to them, they can fight.
with the headphones, I can make it out, but I don't know if people listening on Facebook, can you boost your audio? You're very low.
Honestly, I can't hear. I can barely hear anything. But you seem to be able to hear them, so I was just going to let that go.
Well, shout out JBL, not a sponsor, but you could be. Anyway. All right, now he's frozen. Wait,
Yeah. We got it.
Jaime.
Oh, no.
All right, I got to put you on hold because figure out the volume. I'll bring you back, though. I'm going to keep you backstage. As we move on to the next thing that I wanted to talk about, yes, for the first time in 2 years, or roughly 2 years, the NFL owners are meeting in person, and they're still just all as big of dickheads as we all remembered, from top to bottom. I mean, even the league itself. But we all know about the email scandal with Gruden, the other things going on. It's just funny that once they get together in person, like all the real petty stuff comes out again.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, these are billionaires, people that control other aspects of our lives beyond football. So good to see them, very much acting like professional, classy people that they are. Start here. Mark Davis, I know he's been kind of outspoken about the way that the investigation into football team went down, where in pretty much the only person that really got busted was John Gruden. Yes, the emails were very damning. There was no other way out of it for them but to fire him, or in this case he stepped down, but it was going to be one or the other.
Quote unquote step down.
Yeah. Take the classier ish way out. But the way this whole thing has gone, I'm kind of inclined to agree with cousin Mark here. If this really was an investigation into Washington football team and has been going on for a while, kind of weird timing that it would come out and just go after like kind of one guy. Schefter kind of had a little black eye in this, and their league counsel. But beyond that, that's pretty much it. They said the investigation was over, and they didn't find anything else.
Absolutely
after they
nothing.
said 650,000 emails.
Yes. Yeah, 6 digits worth of emails, and no, we only found one incriminating thing against that. That's it. That's all we found.
That's it. Yeah. Can you
perfectly
believe it?
Above board.
No one else. No one said anything about Kaepernick. Like I was surprised too. No one said anything about kneeling or any of the rule changes. Like nobody said anything else bad.
Strictly professional emails, no bad wording. Just a model organization. Going through those emails for Washington.
And again, like I said, Gruden, there was no way out. He had to either be fired or resign, which ended up resigning technically. But look, shout out to Mark Davis, the only non-billionaire owner that I know of in the NFL. Although, they got the new stadium, so maybe the value is he might be a billionaire soon, technically.
Sure.
I know they're also dealing with some tax issues. This may shock you. NFL owners always getting caught up in some kind of thing.
Rich people with tax issues? Really? No.
Come on. What? I never heard of that.
You never heard of that?
Ridiculous. It's the lack of respect. Well, that and the other
hurts
thing.
The most.
But the lack of respect.
The other thing hurts the most.
But Mark Davis, he rolling up in full Al style to the meetings. I'm sure Robert Kraft, Kroenke, who was there, we'll get into that later. Jera. They were all there, probably wearing suits. Mark Davis said, "Nah, I'm going to roll up in classic Raider owner attire."
Do you want to see a Raider?
Probably, yeah. I think that there should be, yeah.
Did you like,
especially with some of the things that were, charged? Yeah, I believe so. I think people believe that there's very good, especially the people that were, quote, victims.
So there you see Mark Davis waiting for the bus to pick him up with his backpack on and Raiders white starter jacket. But
the haircut, the jacket, the backpack definitely just looks like every kid from the 90s, like just waiting. Maybe they're like in line to get their pictures taken. Like if they just had the background with the lasers and stuff, that'd have been like perfect 90s school kid.
Look, maybe the only silver lining I could see to this is clearly the NFL is just beefing with the Raiders again. That's when we had our glory days, okay? When Al was suing everyone, moving the team wherever he wants with no approval, and winning Super Bowls. Let's get back to that. So maybe, in some form or fashion, Mark kind of, even though he's clearly not wearing them in that video, put on his big boy pants, and he's going to clap back at the league.
I don't know. Those seem less. Those probably have more, elastic waistband than suit pants. And maybe those are his big boy pants.
Well, yeah. I mean, they seem to fit him okay. So that's probably his favorite pants. He's a weird guy. He's a weird guy.
You know what? I don't want to knock the guy too much because honestly, as a man that dresses like a slob all the time, I actually respect the fact that a millionaire is just out there dressing like that. I feels way more relatable than somebody in a nice 3-button suit.
Look, besides the his perceived witch hunt of the Raiders, we all know the history. The league has definitely been after the Raiders before. It seems like they might not totally be at this point, or you would think. They did get a new stadium, a nice one, probably somewhere they're going to have the Super Bowl sometime soon. As we know,
years, yeah.
The NFL loves that. Like, go anywhere, they will build you a stadium because as long as we don't have to pay for it, it's great. They're super into that. So just when you thought the Raiders were getting on the good side of the league, no, apparently not. But hey, he still shows up and blows up, going off with his white starter jacket. Shout out, Al. Al, you a real one. You a real one. But yes, just the pettiness that ensued off of this was hilarious to me. Then you have Jerry Jones coming out saying, no, I speak for all the owners, and we thought they totally covered this very well and did a very professional job, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure that has nothing to do with nothing coming out about the Cowboys or anyone affiliated with the Cowboys or any other teams. I mean, it seems like the Robert Kraft massage incident kind of went away fairly fast. So it's kind of like you could see what owners are boys, and pretty much all of them just probably hate Mark Davis and the Raiders, which is fine. But hey, we're used to it. We're Raiders. As Mark said, also at one point he said that.
Yeah, I'm sure Jerry is happy that the league is just going to sweep this under the rug. I'm not saying that he will directly have any, maybe emails, condemning him of bad behavior.
I'm sure he won't. I mean, he's too smart. Look, this guy has done a lot for the game as far as like their TV, the expansion to LA, which we'll touch on here shortly. Definitely one of, if not the most high profile and respected for a long time owners, just as far as like for the sake of the other like owners in that exclusive club.
Right. I'm saying he probably wouldn't have any of those emails because you're right. He is smart. He's been around a long time. I don't think he would be stupid enough to, email something with terrible language about whatever, anything that has been in there. But I'm sure he also knows other owners and other high profile, high ranking front office people around the NFL probably have said some bad stuff in that email chain.
I would assume. I mean, 650,000 emails. That's a lot of emails for people to say dumb stuff. I do kind of like Justin's theory that there was probably a lot of spam. Just random. Okay, well, we can blow through like probably 250,000 of these.
A lot of Nigerian princes trying to get rid of billions of dollars.
Dude, I bought one couch off Wayfair, and they just keep blowing me up. It's ridiculous. Or bigger erection, whatever. Yes, all the things that unfortunately show up in everyone's email. But just a little questionable. And again, I just think the NFL, if they were smart, which they aren't, if they really want to hide behind this, we had nothing to do with the leak. Then at that point, once you say the investigation is over, leak out a couple more. Just to say, like, look, dude, whoever is out there leaking it, they're still doing it. It's not us. But no.
Give yourself some plausible deniability.
As soon as they said it stopped, boom, no more leaks. Wow. All right. Well, that seems kind of odd. But hey, whatever.
That's just the kind of power Goodell wields. When he says it's done, even the people leaking them are like, well, hey, look, nothing else we can do. All right.
Yeah, I was the leak guy, but I mean, he said it's done. Like, got to shut it down. Shut down the leak. Shut it all down. And then, yes, Mark did get a little clap back because Stan Kroenke, with his whatever $10 billion stadium, that did bring 2 football teams back to LA, which I'm sure the LA market, the NFL, Jerry Jones, he was about it.
Sure.
Now he's saying he is trying to skirt out of some of these legal proceedings of like, hey, I thought you guys had my back, right? Like, yes, I'm just going to like burn the whole city of St. Louis down, but you guys will, you'll back me up, right? I'm going to build this whole like cool thing over here, the spaceship, SoFi. And he had the absolute gall to say that. And the owners were not feeling it. Actually, in other reports, Goodell then asked him to leave the room, and like 8 other owners got up and started like talking shit on this fool, including Mark Davis.
To be a fly on the wall in one of these meetings would just be absolutely incredible.
It seems like it would make your head spin. Look, they're all multi-billionaires, except for Mark Davis, for now. But
True,
just to see the things that they fight about would be hilarious to me.
He's a billionaire with liquid assets.
Oh, yeah. But he can cash in on some of that stuff. But of course, Mark Davis, eager to jump in. Yeah, well, this guy's a dickhead, too. Like, you guys are coming at me? What about him? We had the site plan. LA approved it 5-1. It was going to be Raiders, Chargers. Don Henley was going to play drums. It was going to be sick. And yes, and then like I think Mara guy got up. Some other owners got up and just continued to like pile on him. I don't think anything's major going to come out of it because again, he's still towed the line for the NFL. He went and just with his own money, and also, which the NFL loves, again, some public money, got the NFL back to LA. So I don't think they're really going to like roast this guy too hard, but it is just funny. Like,
not in front of his face.
First time in 2 years, they all get together. Oh God, it's a cat fight. Like, oh,
this is a bit different than what I had always imagined. These owners meetings were a lot like, do you remember the movie Rat Race?
Yes.
How it was just all like a game by like all these super rich people to just bet on like stupid shit to see what they can get people to do. That's what I imagine these owners meetings are like.
Look, I'm not surprised if that is the case, but when it's just the actual rich people against themselves, it's hilarious and really dumb looking. Just for the fan perspective of just like, all right, the trust level, like, I don't know what you would say, like for the, president, like the public approval rating, probably already low. And then once you guys finally get together for the first time in 2 years and you're all just like slap fighting each other, like, okay, well, it's what we thought it was. Just a bunch of insensitive dickheads.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually.
All right, let's see if we can get Jaime back on. Actually, I'm going to throw him this time on the Tito Auto Body and Used Tires Celebrity Hotline. Jaime, do we have some audio over there now?
Okay, we can hear the drums. We got a drum mic. That's good.
Tom sounds good. Yes.
Hello?
Much better.
Still got a good drum mic going.
All right, now that
Hey,
we have
Dylan.
some audio here,
There we go.
I don't know how abreast of the situation you are, but so far,
Can you hear me?
I actually, yes, I got you way better now than the last time. So we got better audio
All right,
on
good.
this side. As far as this NFL owners meeting, and as I was about to say, I don't know how long it's going to go. I'm assuming it's probably going to wrap up, or if it might already be wrapped up. But I don't know how close you've been following it. It just seems like very hilarious and dumb to me that as soon as they all get back together, it's just like pissing contest resumed.
They're basically put a Brady Bunch and be together, and whatever involves money, getting everything done. It's the NFL owners,
Look, I mean,
It's a lot of
Goodell.
It's a lot of money.
There's a reason why Goodell is still in power, because he works for the owners, and as long as he can non-answer, non-speak
He's like their
questions
attorney.
about weird discipline or whatever other dumb stuff they do, they're going to keep him in there. But again, I'm glad that it was at least as public as the NFL will let it be. That with even their reporters, even like Rappaport, who works for NFL Network, NFL.com, whatever, are all reporting on this. Like, dude, it's a shit show. Like people are just like mad at each other. They're mad at Kroenke. Mark Davis is going rogue. People still want to know more about the football team thing. Like, okay, well, these are the billionaire adults that run the league.
If you had to pick one NFL team with emails, which one would you want? Like, of all the emails you'd want to read from any NFL team, what would it be? I want the Miami Dolphins. I would just want to see, if we take away all the usual suspects,
I would like to see them all. The name of the episode is release all the emails. But considering the very poor management of the Dolphins, I'm sure they got some dumbass emails in there too. So I would like to see those.
Yeah, they do. How about that?
I'm sure the Texans probably have some regrettable ones, shall we say.
You know what? I'd go the Patriots just see what Belichick's emails are like.
Ironclad. He's not letting that get out.
His are actually probably just all he puts on every email he sends is probably just K, and that's it. Send. K. Send.
Okay, cool. Bye. And then in his signature.
Yeah. Just a picture of him wearing a hoodie.
The Bengals were like the last NFL team to use email.
Yeah, they still have handwritten correspondence.
They don't even have an indoor
practice. Yeah, they're still doing that up until probably hey, we should get this like a try, to see.
If the offensive coordinator is doing a press conference from under a bridge, yeah.
They actually still use singing telegrams to correspond with each other.
See, that's chess, not checkers. We only communicate with other teams via telegraph, so no one can unencrypt our stuff because no one else can even receive our messages.
It's true.
The Chiefs probably by after
I agree,
96,
Justin.
Let's just do
Belichick ain't letting nothing get out of email.
Boys and postmen to travel on yonder.
That's right. Yeah, gotta send a Western Union if you want to talk to the Bengals.
Oh yeah.
We would like to trade. Stop. Stop. Third round draft pick in 2023. Stop.
Problem is, by the time it actually gets there, they traded that player 4 weeks ago. We don't even have this guy anymore.
4 weeks ago, it happened, and yeah.
I sent a trade offer to you, but the stagecoach got robbed on the way, so I guess the letter just never got there.
I expect some guy running off of a train. Wait! I have news. I come bearing news for the New York Jets.
Chugging whiskey. Oh, get that!
But it was too late. Do we have a final in the World Series game?
Let me get that pulled up. It was
7-2
in the
final.
ninth last I saw.
That looks like the final. All right, well, all tied up.
The next game's gonna be neck to neck, and then Braves would probably win.
I think the
It
whole
has to
series
happen.
could be neck to neck.
If we're gonna make the 7 games, this is I do. I'll beat you up, then you beat me up, and then at least one of the 7 games of the series. Let's just be this close, like Major League Soccer, like just this much, you know. And the rest of the
Just a bit
games
outside.
could be like just bad plays, awful moments. Someone gets walked, next guy up, it's a home run. You know what I mean? If we're gonna make it 7
I think
games,
it's going to be 6 or 7 games. I feel like that. I know it kind of set the Braves rotation back yesterday, having to bring in the bullpen earlier with the unfortunate broken leg, even after the heroic,
yeah.
then still getting 3 more outs performance from playoff Charlie Morton. But last thing I have on the show is what would have been, potentially still could be, a Thursday night banger, even though everyone that catches footballs for the Packers apparently got COVID all at the same time. Hey, this is it. This is our time. Bob Tonyan, stand up. Stand up, son.
As low as
That's right.
$157.
The ticket's still available.
ticket.
I mean,
That's right, folks. If you're in the Glendale area, go and grab yourself a seat.
guaranteed perfect
Yeah.
weather. As you can see, no AccuWeather. They do have the dome
Well,
there.
I was gonna say it's also indoors, so yes,
Well, that's why it's guaranteed. So
it is guaranteed.
A perfect,
That is guaranteed.
68 degrees inside the dome tomorrow. But
oh, dang, that's nice.
it kind of sucks because I just thought this was going to be at full strength, maybe the best Thursday night game just on paper that we were going to get all year. I still think it's going to be a good game. Thursday games are always weird, even if it's bad teams, because they end up kind of being close just because of like the short week and everything. But Cardinals at home, it's kind of hard
Is Joe going to be calling the game with
overlook
Troy,
that.
or is it going to be like Troy and oh gosh,
it should be Troy
or
and,
Kevin Burkhardt, like
Joey Buck. Although,
wow.
I mean, Arizona game champion Talib. If there's ever a time to put him in prime time, can we get Aqib in there, please?
Oh yeah.
We all know who he's rooting. Yes, we all know who he's rooting for.
Yeah. Who do you guys got in the game?
I gotta go Cardinals at home. I mean, Aaron Rodgers could still pull some magic out, but just not having Adams that's huge. I mean, Adams, and the reason why I say that is Adams is clearly the best player not named Aaron Rodgers on that team, and every other team knows that, and yet he's still like maddeningly always open. Like, and credit to him because they, run plays in such a way that he is open. Because you would think like, all right, well, the other team did definitely double, maybe sometimes triple teaming this guy depending on the situation, and he still gets off every time. So not having that connection, I think, will be maybe just a little too big of a factor in this case for the Pack.
Yeah, I will say this as far as the spread goes. I kind of like the Packers to cover, not to win.
The cover.
I like the Cardinals to win, but I like the Packers to cover. Rodgers, he's so used to just having a bunch of like nobodies to throw the ball to. Like, I don't think it's gonna bother him that much. Like, I know having that's right. I know having the safety blanket of Adams is always there for him. It's not gonna be there this week, but he'll still make it work. I'm kind of debating if I like the over or the under on this one, though. I like kind of with those guys out. I almost feel like the under might be the play.
All right, let me see.
I'm just hesitant
I'm going with
to
Packers.
take Cardinals under 2 weeks in a row. I felt like against Houston last week, that was a good candidate for the under because I thought they were going to be kind of like sleeping on that team. Seemed like they were. They went down 5-0 for crying out loud. We're down 5-0, blown out. but I don't think we're going to see a repeat of that. And the Cardinals having not really any significant injury problems. And again, with Adams not there, I think it's going to be tough. I mean, Rodgers
It'll be
is
tough
capable of a
indeed.
lot of things, but that's going to be a tough putt.
What
Watch,
about you,
it's
Jaime?
like
Who do you
the
got?
ending is like, I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking at one point, if it were to be close, it's like deja vu with the Bengals. Both kickers miss so many times that both sides is like, what the?
If that
Maybe Mason
happens,
Crosby might be doing one, but
both
that'd be
teams
kind of
missing
funny. That'd
in
be funny to see.
in domes with no weather, just cut both kickers right then and there.
It happens. They iced the kicker.
Actually, this would be hilarious if this was a Thursday night football tie that everyone's hyping up to be like, all right, we finally got two good teams on Thursday night football, and it's a tie.
Wasn't that Seahawks Cardinals game like 5 years ago? Wasn't that a Thursday night game that ended in a tie with all the missed field goals in overtime?
I believe it was, but you always think like, all right, it's going to involve like the Jaguars, it's going to involve like Dolphins or the Jets or all the other teams we have to stick on Thursday night because we know you're going to watch and bet on it, and then they finally get two good teams in there. And if this one ended in a tie, it would be pretty hilarious to me.
Like a 13-13 tie or something like that.
The worst, best game of football I've ever seen.
Well, it's just like, it's so low scoring that Cardinals block the kick, the kicker catches it, like, gets it back, runs it in for a touchdown. Like, just old school style, like, win.
That would be amazing if that play happened.
The 2-point conversion to J.J. Watt gets broken up at the goal line, and the game ends in a tie.
But if it were to be a beatdown and Arizona, it does win, you're going to see Aaron Rodgers still smiling on the sideline like he has the last several weeks. He's smiling.
I mean, really, he's house money right now because if they win, cool, everyone's going to be all over him. And if they lose, it's like, well, he didn't have Adams. He didn't have three of his best receivers. Like,
against an undefeated
play
team.
Better, dude.
Yeah.
Plus, it would be one of those wins where it's like the season that like probably defines the season on where it's just like we're gonna win. If we lose, whatever, you know.
Matt Prater, 86-yard field goal to tie. All right, I'll take that. I don't know if I can get that on a prop bet, but I'm gonna check it out with my bookie. He really might actually stop talking to me if I try to lay that bet down, though.
So in my head, I'm trying to think what's the line of scrimmage for an 86-yard field goal? It's like the
7 at the 7th.
I say it's at like the 38-yard line on the other side of the field.
At their own, yes. Oh, Justin coming in. Your
there
own
we go.
42.
Own 42. There we go. Okay, off by a few yards there.
Well, that would be an absolute bomb. And,
so I love the idea of them going. Yeah, of them going for that instead of a Hail Mary. It is absolutely hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that's all I got for tonight. We will obviously be back with you guys on Friday, previewing the weekend in football and everything else going on over the weekend. Thank you, Jaime, for joining us.
Thank you, man.
No problem.
The Arkansas Slim, Legitimate Sportsbook, and Tito.
He's a nice guy, man. I don't know what's up. Arkansas Slim's good.
He's a nice guy if you don't cross him. That's all I could say. I mean,
as long as you pay your debts in a timely manner.
He's solid. He still answers my calls, but don't run afoul of Arkansas Slim. That's all I could say. But no, thank you both, gentlemen, for helping us out on a Wednesday. I'm gonna have to say go Braves, just for posterity's sake. Please, anyone but the Astros. So in this case, go Braves. And that's all I have. Tyler, you have anything else before we get out of here?
No, man. Just looking forward to this Friday show. Of course, we'll be talking about all the NFL games, college football, big weekend of the Big Ten this weekend. We've got a UFC pay-per-view with 2 title fights, including the return of Jan Blachowicz, who's been busy training punching suicide trees in Poland. So yeah, definitely looking forward to all that. But Jaime, thank you so much for jumping on. Always love talking to you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys know the drill. Keep it flying.